Hey everybody, this is Josh hopping into your feeds with some new podcast guesting stuff that has come out recently that I'd love for you guys to check out, especially if you're looking for some fun new content. I've got there's been two different guesting arcs that I did for different podcasts that have fully completed. First was Mortals and Portals. They're a Pathfinder 2E adventure. Be sure and check them out in the homebrewed galaxy, really, like universe of Keldora. Very fun. I got to play a swashbuckler, kind of Inigo Montoya-esque, super fun, really dramatic, and kind of heartbreaking end, but it was very satisfying as a player. And narratively. So yeah, go check them out if you want to do that. And I jumped in just a few episodes into their second season, and my arc I think is maybe 8 episodes long there. And there's maybe maybe 4 or 6 episodes before I show up on the second season. So you've got some time to kind of get filled in about the world, jump in from a new starting point, and then I show up. Or you can go listen to their whole first season, which is awesome. The other show that I had guested on that has the arc is completed is Knocked Prone. Also super fun, really creative. I joined in on their Dead Season campaign where they're playing in this kind of purgatory kind of state. And I got to play probably one of the most unique characters I've ever played. It was very fun. They do a really great job with character voices and super creative, and again very satisfying, fun arc. I got to play, kind of dipping in and out of is he a bad guy, is he a good guy? It's very fun. I liked it. The one that I am here to tell you about today specifically that just came out last Thursday, the first episode of a new arc that I get to be a part of, is part of the podcast Side Character Quest. I am playing Faer Landing, Abbot Faer Landing. This he in the world of that Ty, the dungeon master, in the world that they've built for this setting. My character is the oldest, one of the oldest people in existence. I'm an elf. I run an abbey, which is really, really interesting. Very irreverent, though. I'm a very irreverent elf. It's one of... we recorded this years ago. One of the things I think it's important to note, because I'm sure it's very dissatisfying if you're hoping to get more Titans episodes and they're just not coming. It's super hard. It's super, super hard running a podcast independently. Recording, scheduling, editing, all that stuff on your own. It's super difficult, especially when your cast all have different lives. Scheduling is super difficult. Now, Ty has been running this on his own. My man, they run it as a showrunner, writer, world builder, dungeon master, editor, sound designer. It's crazy. And I believe his sister does a bunch of the art for the podcast. They have one of the best websites that I've ever seen for an actual play. It's actually a great resource for anybody who's wanting to just dive into the lore of this world that they're building at Side Character Quest. So go to sidecharacterquest.com to check it out and see all the cool stuff there. However, I don't know that much about my characters on the website yet because it's so new. So yeah, I think it's episode 101. My character shows up, Faer Landing. Please check it out. I'm so excited for this arc, for this character. It's a very different kind of character than any that I have ever played, and I really liked it. So one of the things that's interesting is I recorded this arc with Ty around the same time that I recorded my first guest appearance with I Cast Fireball with the crew, Thomas and Mickey and Jacob and Ned. When I recorded with them, it was about the same time period. It was generally in that same era. That was years ago. So like I said, Ty put so much work into this show, and it's some really interesting, unique sound design. The way he kind of lets you feel like you're kind of in the space with the characters. I was super impressed when I heard what he was doing, and it's not that it's that I'm going to say it's like better or worse than other shows. It's really unique, and I love what he does. It's been one of the most fun to listen to, as he sent me like different little pieces of episodes as they've been getting edited. But yeah, so like years of work, like putting. He's been doing other stuff as well, like recording more episodes and things, but. Side Character Quest has a huge backlog. It is an anthology series, so the whole podcast series is a collection of individual stories following. It's a one-on. I really should have introed this better. Sorry, Ty. So Side Character Quest is an anthology of improvised fantasy adventures. In each short quest, the show host takes a single guest player on a journey through a larger shared world. And it's super fun. So this is the start of the journey for my character, specifically Faer, Abbot Faer Landing. And I'm really excited to hear what you guys think as the episodes unfold. I think there's so much mystery and intrigue in this quest, so I would be very fascinated to see the discussions. If you haven't yet, you can join. I'll include a link to the Titans Discord if you want to jump over there, and we can. I'd love to get your thoughts and hear what you think if you're not already there, to kind of get your input and theorize about what's happening with my character and what's going to happen as the story progresses. It was. Ty's an incredible dungeon master. The fact that it's years later, I still remember things like they happened yesterday, and I still view it as one of the best player experiences I've ever had. I'm not overselling it. It's very fun. So when you'd like to, and when you have the chance, please check out Side Character Quest. Give our arc a listen. At least check out the first episode and see what you think. The really cool thing is, I think Ty understood that there are going to be people who are jumping in from Titans listening to this episode. So even though it has this huge, many adventures backlog of episodes and world building, he did a really good job of approaching it from a standpoint of, if you haven't participated in the podcast up to this point, you'll still be able to follow my character's arc without feeling like left out lore-wise. And that was really fun. He even told me before we started recording not to listen to his backlog yet, so that I could come in kind of fresh and clean and not really know like any NPCs that show up if they've been recurring NPCs, and kind of have that kind of clarity as a character. And serendipitous things happened regularly throughout the show, and so if you want to go listen to his backlog, you can, and that will, I think, give you you'll be able to pick up on little Easter eggs throughout the adventure that aren't like maybe crucial to the story, but are fascinating tie-ins for the greater world at large. Anyhow, I'm also, I just got to tag in here. So please check out that show, check out Side Character Quest, check out their website, show them some love, and come back to the Titans Discord and tell me what you think. Tell me what your thoughts are, and if you're excited, I'll maybe I need to I'll see if I can maybe make a channel specifically for talking about that stuff. So, but yeah, anyway, got some great stuff out there. Even though I haven't been able to really continue to produce and publish this show, Titans, I have still tried to stay very engaged with the D&D community as a whole, and continuing to be involved and invested in playing this game that I love, that so many of you love, and telling stories, because that's what I enjoy the most. So to that end, please check out this show, check out Nox Prone, check out Mortals and Portals, and I'm still a cast member. It's crazy. For the entirety of season 2 of iCast Fireball, we're I think maybe 14, 15 episodes in now. Maybe that's how much we recorded. But it's so fun. It's a pirate adventure. I play a Harengon, a rabbit person, divination wizard, and I love Buster Bilgewater. He's great. The whole cast is great. That's some of my favorite people to hang out with and see on a regular basis. I love being a cast member of that show. Thomas is a wonderful DM. Go check out iCast Fireball as well. Give them some love, especially if you're looking for like weekly, regular publishing content. And I believe that these episodes of the side character quest will be coming out regularly as well. The arc is finished, and the episodes are now going to start releasing. And so I'm super pumped to follow the releases and hear from everybody listening. And honestly, I love doing all this stuff. I wish things worked out better for me to be able to wrangle everything together, resources wise, time wise, to really finish off Titans. But it's challenging. It's challenging with children and families and work and life and the pace at which we move. So it's much easier for me to just throw myself around and jump in on other shows and join other people. And honestly, the iCast Fireball, it's a team. Mortals and Portals, it's a team. Like Ty's putting out this arc that we did that he's worked on for years steadily, and it's only now releasing. And with some of the other shows I was on, many of them are run by a group of people. So you've got like people who are making music, people who are doing the editing, people who are doing the writing and the show running and the dungeon mastering. And so when you work as a team, it's much easier to put content out at a regular basis. And running it all by myself just has not worked for Titans so far. And then I am committed to trying to kind of, I think, wrap the season 3 story up to some degree. And honestly, please, like, head to the Discord, send me an email. I'd love to hear from you and get your thoughts. I know there are probably some disappointed people out there, but I'm curious to see like what do you want to know? Do you just want me to like kind of just divulge information, or are you hoping for like one last hurrah? So I'm open to all of that info and doing whatever I can. My number one priority is being a dad and being a good partner to Kelsey and all of that. But this is something super important to me as well. And Titans has never been the primary. It's never been a primary source of income to any degree. But it has been like a passion of mine for a long time. And there's not a day that goes by I don't think about it and want to do something. It's just been a challenge. So I'm kind of figuring things out still and moving things forward. But I really hope that for any of you who have been kind of disappointed by the lack of releasing of Titans episodes, please check out some of these other podcasts. I can't encourage you enough. Give them a listen. I promise you won't be disappointed. They're all different. Don't show up to a podcast and be like, this is my new Sneak Attack, or this is my new Titans. I think that's a terrible way to approach creative media. I think you got to think about it like a movie almost, or a TV show. It's like, I'm going to check this out because it's in a similar genre, or it's got a similar feel, or it's got somebody I like that's in it. You go check it out. But when you're thinking about it critically, or like wanting to like leave feedback, please, I don't appreciate the feedback on other podcasts where it's like, well, it's not this other show that Josh is on, and I like that better. I can't stand that stuff. It bothers me like crazy. I think we have a really wonderful community of people following Titans who are super kind and generous, and I'd love for, as anybody from this audience goes to another podcast to check it out, to engage, I'd love if we left just a tone of support and excitement and care, and if it's not your cup of tea, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that, but I don't think you need to like make a whole deal of it. We got enough stuff in the world today. Anyhow, that's it. That's the update. Just 15 minutes of me ranting and talking to you all. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And legitimately, like I really do want to keep making stuff. I want to keep doing things. So, keep your eyes out if that's something you're still interested in, or still, I mean, if you're here, you are still, there's no way. I'd be flabbergasted if you're listening to this and you're like, well, this is the last straw. It's 2024 and I'm done. We have probably weeded out anybody who was going to jump at this point. So I'm just going to assume anybody listening is still invested and not so much deterred, but just like excited for whatever comes out. So with that in mind, I just want to say I appreciate you all. Very grateful for everybody who's been part of this super fun journey with us. And I am very grateful for everybody who goes from here and checks out other shows. So thank you all and have a wonderful day. Cheers.